All right, guys, we are here at the LaSalle City Council meeting, and it's just getting started. Couldn't get here any sooner. Actually, just wrote my speech in like an hour and a half before the meeting is set to start, which is a little later than normal, but I usually do write them pretty late. All right, I gotta get myself situated here. Oh my gosh, coffee, what? We don't have a cup. Oh God, fling at my pen. All right. All right.
Thanks, Brent. Take a roll, please.
Alderman Vasquez. Here. Alderman Thompson.
Excuse absence.
Alderman Kazak. Here. Alderman Reynolds. Here. Alderman LaBerry. Alderman Johnson.
Present.
Alderman Herndon. Here. Alderman Crane.
There.
Mayor Grove.
Here. I took up a meeting with the public comment. Again, as kind of been my own personal opinion, is I'm gonna go ahead and give that time to the folks who wanna have public comment. I'm not taking away from that. And if there's opportunity to try to answer some of the questions that might come up, I'll try to do so throughout the meeting. At different points of the meeting. Who'd like to speak tonight?
John Hicks, Nelson Reed, and
Affect my equipment.
I want to take a moment to thank Brian. I know Kevin's not here, but I still want to thank him. And Brent for coming and talking to me after the meeting 2 weeks ago. For me personally, if I can actually have a conversation with most of you face to face so that we're all on the same page a lot, it will go further, at least for me. I can't speak for anybody else. But I do appreciate there were some uncertainties of what I meant or this or that, so I appreciate it. Also, Chief Smajinsky, I want to thank you. My husband actually heard on the radio today on the way home, informing the public about officers leaving and 2 more getting ready to come on. It was really nice to. Sure, no problem. I just wanted to, on the record, say thank you. So it was nice to hear what is going on in our town, and especially with our officers, because I think a lot of us come from a generation we're used to knowing most of the officers that serve in this town, and I honestly, I can say I know like 3. So it was a nice change of pace, so thank you. The only semi-negative thing, I don't really consider it that, is I don't know if any of you are watching the air monitors, but there has been some concerns in the middle of the night where our air quality is getting pretty bad, and around the surrounding areas of other air monitors are not that bad. But I am grateful the readings are more consistent, so thank you for that.
Anyone else need to speak tonight?
Hello, Deanna, if you're able to do that. Is that the same, Mr. Greenwood, sidewalk? Is that the same as the same school sidewalk thing?
No.
That's totally different. Okay. Do you still have the same sidewalk?
Yes. Yep.
Is there a way,
Still working on it.
all right, I wanna talk to you about that.
Okay.
A couple of meetings ago, I think it was July 8th, if I'm correct, we had, obviously a meeting and public comment. A couple of us in the YouTube video where our public comment was cut out. And it was just us. Don't know if that's a coincidence or what, but there was 2 of us on there. None of the other parts of the meeting were cut out. So I'm either crazy, I don't know, but I think that what we said must have upset you, so you cut the piece out you didn't want the public to hear, is how I'm looking at it. So I was told, it was the police that I had brought up in the turnover, and I was told that since I'm bringing it up, I need to do my homework. I asked a couple of questions in a FOIA, and I got some information back, whether or not I got it all, I don't know. But from what I got, it looks like the turnover of the last 3 years, there's been 10 police officers who have left, 3 of which retired. Who does, like, do you guys do exit interviews with the officers when they leave? Is it HR? Do you guys have an HR? That might be a weird question. Like hires, fires, that type of thing, does the city have HR? For LaSalle Pool, I have a question on that. Why do you hire people who have to leave so that the pool's closed to 1:30? Especially if Peru doesn't have a pool, why would we not try and take advantage of the extra month that most public pools are open? There's gotta be other options for people to go back to school at the beginning of August. And then, the air monitor. I know the last time we kind of talked about it, you said if we don't trust it, just to get our own. But isn't the air monitor the city's responsibility? Isn't your property, so if it's not working? I know Brent has looked into some things, but if they're not finding out what's going on, perhaps, I don't know. But if we're getting readings in the middle of the night that are saying we have an air quality of 83, which is very poor, but the library is 35 at the same time. How can we find out, who do we call, what do we do to find out why that's so high? You know, are we supposed to call Paris and ask them? Is that kind of what you guys are thinking? But we gotta figure it out. I mean, it's almost 2 years now. The air quality isn't getting any better.
Just a minute. You ready, John?
Yes.
I often wonder how some of you stand up here and regurgitate with liberty and justice for all, yet minutes later you do everything in your power to trample on our liberties. You also bully anyone who speaks up about serious issues. Prior to the last meeting starting, I saw Alderman Bassador in the lobby. I gave him a simple, "Hi, Mr. Bassador." What did you do, James? You stuck your nose up too high and mighty to be a decent person. He did speak to someone else seconds later. You really showed me, Jimbo. Don't worry, y'all. It got better. We sat here witnessing discussions about conduct on public property, potential time changes to public comment, and eventually the mayor felt the need to express himself using colorful language to convey his own point. Sitting before us, Grove stated, "Boo, you're a fucking asshole." And then, "John Duncan, you're a fucking asshole." Yet he believes if we use those phrases here or out in the lobbies, we should be ridiculed or fined. Actually, John, after what you did to me, I couldn't agree more with what Mayor Grove said that day. You retaliated against me for reporting what a sheriff's deputy uncovered in your police report against Mr. Hicks, where he exposed your lies attempting to have felony charges placed on that man. One day prior, I spoke up here and about what Dawn said. Maybe she was right. Maybe people don't want to come here because of your questionable behavior. I mean, didn't she simply use the words being with and you guys called it sexual harassment? I'm not here just for public comment. I also have a job to do, which is covering these meetings. Thank God for my camera since you guys have repeatedly cut out portions from your own videos. I must also request that we upgrade microphones here and learn to speak loudly and clearly into the mics you already have. At one point last meeting, the building inspector, Andy Bassador, who had previously mistreated me during another meeting, decided to blurt out, "You got that right," from the audience. In that moment, I turned to my left, looking at him. He immediately flipped me off in the middle of a city council meeting. After flipping the bird, he did another weird hand gesture. Minutes later, he walked out of the meeting. My live viewers witnessed all of this. I notified Mayor Grove after this happened. We later spoke on the phone, and Grove did apologize for Andy's lack of professionalism and disrespect. This man then abruptly retired. I'll go ahead and wish him the best. With that being said, I'm pleased that the wheelchairs can now access the playground at Rotary Park without injury. Mayor Grove recently told me that he knew of the dangers there prior to me notifying him. Well, that's not what you said in a previous city council meeting, Jeff. If anything, it just shows further negligence. There are a few issues at Rotary that appear dangerous still, so whoever is in charge of that, please reach out so it can be brought to your attention. Mr. Grove, you claim to be worried about lawsuits from city employees for sexual harassment. Yet when I first reported a concern, I heard nothing. In fact, during your apology call, I found out that you thought the issue was from the day Chief Michael cornered me, and that wasn't the case at all. You would have known that if you cared enough about your employees and the people to look into what was reported. Instead, that day John Duncan and Michael Angry Pants went on a rampage. Remember, pretty much anything I've attempted to turn into you has also been recorded. People shouldn't have to repeatedly try to turn in concerning issues. Your mandatory training should have taught you that. Do you know what will cause civil lawsuits? Attempting to remove or fine anyone enjoying their liberties on public property. In fact, I have a slew of evidence to show that the city and Mayor Grove indeed know that what they're wanting to fine people for is all protected, except in areas where you wasted tax dollars by adding in the things that are already actual crimes under Illinois law. So if any citizens are later forced to file a lawsuit, if this council is crooked enough to pass this, feel free to reach out. The people of LaSalle work hard for their money, and you're seriously playing these games with it? By the way, I brought up the gross sexual discussion Alderman Bassador tried to have with Jamie Hicks at one of the first meetings I attended. Did anyone contact me to learn more details to get my video? No, and it's been months. How will you explain that if he later sexually harasses one of the gals here at City Hall? To end, I must hold a moment of silence for anyone who will be negatively impacted by continued attempts from city employees to steamroll our freedoms here in the land of the free.
Your 5 minutes are up.
Thanks, John.
Anybody else like to speak at public comment tonight?
This is too late.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held July 22nd, 2024, placed on file, each alderman has a copy.
Motion by Alderman Reynolds, second by Alderman Bassador. All in favor? Against? Motion carried. Discussion of potential action of the following petitions.
Request from Edmond, Illinois to break curb at 26 Cunha Drive to install gas service and related matters.
Motion by Alderman Barry, second by Alderman Jefferson. All in favor? Against? Motion carried. Mr. Barry, did you also have
Come out here and breathe.
New business.
My anxiety is really bad.
We do have Cameron of Axford reached out to us this afternoon. They're looking to have an event, contest, maybe close contest, first through now, Sunday, August 18th.
I don't know if I turned off comments or if I just can't see them.
Requests at your desk right now. We also have Megan of Axford who is here.
It's so bad, I'm shaking. Shameful man.
Logan, would you like to speak?
Oh, there's somebody coming up.
Is this like at the back to school event or?
It is our, kind of like kids' graduation event. Every year when they move up the grade level at school, we throw a party for them, so, like, 4 or 5-year-olds are moving to kindergarten today, and they just move up into their own room, so this time we're doing like a carnival theme with carnival food and fun booths and stuff. So that's basically a just party.
I talked to Pastor Cameron this afternoon, he reached out, and he said he wanted you guys to know that they do that for neighbors. Does all always right across the street here, he doesn't really work on Sunday, so you didn't, leave here, but I guess relationship during the week. So my idea is that we have familiarity with extra.
If it's on the agenda, we can send letters out to the community, just because we weren't able to get it on the agenda, just make sure they're doubly notified of it. And then I'll reach out to Cameron, but usually when we have events like this, we get a certificate of insurance. I'll work on getting Cameron in contact with Julie to get that on file as well, to be consistent with all other events we have on the property.
Reach out to the community, but they wouldn't do that. Funny.
If you speak up, please, I can't hear
The
you.
help that they do, the cleanup that they do, everything that X Church does is a very good organization and, that's in our city. Glad to welcome them. They were a little bit farther north, up there on 6th Street, now they're down there. I say we take this route, what we do.
I'll second that.
You can't do a formal vote, as you know. You can certainly indicate whether you personally, individually have any objection to it.
George, you
Good.
do? Nope.
Yes.
If you have any concerns, you can reach out to me and we'll be in touch with Cameron. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you and your organization for fixing up that building down there, it's great. Megan, you don't have to stay any longer if you don't want to, but it's up to you. You're welcome to stay, you're welcome to enjoy the night, go ahead. Thanks, everybody, appreciate that. Reports to city officers.
Monthly police income report for July 2024 showing total fees collected of $7,129.32.
Your Honor, I move that we accept and place on file the monthly police income report for July 2024.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Herndon, second by Alderman LaVerry, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. Communications.
Thank you letter from Illinois Valley Pad Shelter.
Move that we accept and place on file the letter from the Ed.
Second.
Motion by Alderman LaVerry, second by Alderman Jefferson, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. I don't know if you guys saw, they're already actually open for the season. So that's good for families, they want to, families for the school age kids, and then we get, before they go